Okay, today on games that really fucking suck, we're playing Wolverine's Adamantium Rage. And no, I will never ever be recording the fucking ending for this game. There's a couple of reasons for that. I got it for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and the controls are horribly fucking sluggish. I mean, when you press go, when you want to change directions quickly, you cannot change directions quickly. I mean, yeah. If, like this part right here, I'm getting chain hit by a fucking laser. I couldn't back up. I couldn't go forward. But basic premise of the game is Wolverine gets a computer message, blah blah blah, and I don't even fucking follow it. It's so stupid, but it's just a horrible piece of shit. Perfect example of crappy action NES game. Well, SNES game from the mid '90s. See, I'm actually hitting the attack button right there, and the attack button, I am getting stunned from doing an attack by those things, because his punch is so fucking slow. You can actually do, some of these are actually low enough where you can uppercut them, which can't be interrupted by those things. Not like it freaking matters, but yeah, it's horrible. But you can't see it for some reason. It's cut out along the top. There's a percentage. Okay, you get 100% health, and it very slowly recharges on the SNES version. On the Genesis version, it recharges quicker. Of course, on the Genesis version, you got LCD chasing you through the entire levels, through all the levels, so you can't stop. Now, they changed it on the later release of the NES version, where LCD's not chasing you, but you have to kill a certain amount of enemies before you can move on to the next section of the map. Now, the slow recharge time on the health obviously isn't too much of a problem when you're doing a level, because you can just stop and let it recharge, which makes the levels fairly easy. The bosses, on the other hand, are such a pain in the freaking ass. All the bosses are pretty much the same from the Genesis version, but you don't recharge health as quickly. Yeah, it can be a problem, especially since all the bosses have the same amount of health that you do. And some of them like only take 1 freaking % damage from hits. It's freaking ridiculous. Some of them, there's a trick to beating them. It's just horrible. And right here, I obviously haven't figured out how to do the there's the exit for the level. I haven't figured out how to do the uppercut yet, because the controls are kind of confusing. I just pretty much give up on killing those guys. Yeah, but you cannot change. My biggest problem with this game is just how freaking slow the controls are. I'm shitting you not. If you turn one, if you run in one direction and you go to change another direction, Wolverine will just come to a dead stop. Even if you're pressing back on the controller, he will not turn around. Not to mention his air attacks are freaking slow as shit. It's just horrible freaking game design. Even back then, I mean, X2 Clone Wars came out a little bit, probably about a year or two after this game did, and it just completely, even though Wolverine has less moves, It just blows the doors off this game. Of course, the endings are equally as sucky. Especially the ending of X2. That game had a horrible ending. It didn't even have a comic panel like this one does. It had a freaking just a little picture of Professor X. I got the ending up on my channel, but for some reason, if there's a guy standing right next to you and you swipe into him, your arm will actually go through his head and your claw will come out the other side, but it will not do any damage to the guy. Again, there's some bad design for you. I mean, you can punch. There's attacks with your claws and attacks without your claws. It uses all the buttons on the NES controller, SNES controller. The graphics are pretty ugly too for a SNES game. And not to mention, see, look, my attack keeps getting interrupted there. I hit it, holy shit. Well, the one good thing is Wolverine can take a lot of punishment, but still. Slow as hell. Even though he can run freaking fast in this game. It's about the only areas where I figure out how to do the uppercut, and I'm like, holy shit. Another example of you can also do like a kind of a springboard jump thing straight up, and you can let you claw slash these things. I didn't figure it out till later either. If you press like the R button while pressing down, up, and X or something like that, you could jump up in the air and put your claws straight up and hit something above you. And why I need this elevator, I have no idea. It'd be faster to freaking crawl up the wall. Yeah, Wolverine's climbing animation looks kind of funky too. Looks like he's walking on all fours up the wall. He doesn't have his arms above his head. He must be like seriously fucking cut. He's not even pulling himself up the wall. He's just like, yeah, they're climbing at me. And for some reason, when Wolverine grabs a hold of the ceiling, his fucking arms get huge and his legs get tiny. It's really weird looking. The one reason I hate this game the most is because I was like super freaking excited for it because I was like in middle school, in grade school. I was a super big X-Men fan, especially Wolverine. And but yeah, this game it's just frustrating on every level. On a platform where controls are freaking responsiveness in the controls are paramount, not so much in this game, not at all. It's just horrible, 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 horrible. I can't throw that many horribles in front of it. But yeah, it's one of the games I'm not exactly proud of having in my collection. It's just one of those games I never beat, and I never beat it because back when I was a kid, this was freaking frustrating. The game was more frustrating than Mega Man, but anyways, thanks for watching.